Hi everyone, welcome to Deepu's Chemistry. In this class, we are going to discuss a particular type of reaction known as group transfer reactions, one of the simplest reaction encountered in organic pericyclic chemistry. It's group transfer reactions. Looking at the basics, so you can say it is a pericyclic reaction which involves the transfer of one or more atom or group. So that is group transfer. So atoms or groups are getting transferred from one position to other position. And it is a rare reaction. And the two major examples that you can see in this case is Ene reaction and the reduction of alkene and alkynes by diimide. Both these reactions is involved or is incorporated into this category, group transfer reaction. And in this session we are looking at the properties of Ene reaction. So what is Ene reaction? See, it's a thermal reaction of an alkene, and that alkene is known as Ene. This alkene having an allylic hydrogen, that is the condition. Your alkene should have an allylic hydrogen and it should react with a compound having multiple bond, example of the type X double bond Y, and that is known as enophile. So this is just like your Diels-Alder reaction. You have in the Diels-Alder you have a diene and dienophile. Here you have an ene and enophile. And what is the property of ene? It should have allylic hydrogen, and in the case of enophile it should have a multiple bond. Now during this reaction, what is going to happen is that one of the group is getting transferred. So the group transfer is actually taking place between this ene and enophile. And what is happening is that the allylic, you should have an allylic carbon, right? And it contains allylic hydrogen as well. And this allylic hydrogen is getting transferred from ene to enophile. And that is why it is known as a group transfer reaction. Ene to enophile transfer. Okay, so this is it. Look at the reaction. You have an ene here and reacting with an enophile X double bond Y general reaction, and you have, this is your allylic carbon, and the proton present in this allylic carbon is migrated to this enophile, thereby rupturing this pi bond in the enophile, and this X will be attached to this carbon, which results in the migration of this pi bond as well. So you have this adduct. This adduct will be formed after this reaction. So here what we are seeing is that you have an allylic carbon and it can have a group, and that group can be migrated from ene to enophile and the subsequent migrations. Now you need not have an allylic hydrogen for an enophile reaction or this group transfer reaction, Ene reaction. All you need is a allyl carbon which can have a metal attached to it or any other sigma bonded group attached to it. Okay, so that is the only criteria. You have an allylic carbon into which a sigma bonded group is attached, and in most of the cases it will be hydrogen, and in some cases it can be the metal. Look at this reaction. You have a metal M attached to this allylic carbon. Okay, so this allylic carbon has got a metal, and this one will also undergo the reaction just like the Ene reaction. So here the metal will be transferred from ene to enophile and thereby rupturing this bond and migration of this bond. And this reaction is known as metal-Ene reaction, metalla-Ene reaction, which involves the metal. That's why it is known as metalla-Ene reaction. And so this is a particular reaction, and we are following only the general Ene reaction which has an allylic hydrogen. And what is happening in this reaction? You can find some similarities with two other pericyclic reactions. First of all, it's similar to Diels-Alder reaction, in which you have two sigma bonds formed. Here also two sigma bonds are formed. One between this carbon and X group, sigma bond is formed, and another one between Y and proton, another sigma bond is formed. So you can compare it with a Diels-Alder reaction, and also you can compare it with a 1,5 sigmatropic shift, because this is your sigma bond which is undergoing rupture, and this 1,1 bond, and where is this proton going? To this Y. So when you number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it can be considered as a 1,5 shift as well. So this reaction resembles two reactions. First of all, it's a Diels-Alder reaction, and the other one is a 1,5 hydrogen shift, and that is shown here, 1,5 hydrogen shift. But this reaction is neither sigmatropic nor cycloaddition reaction. Here 6 electrons are involved in this reaction. Look at this, 6 electrons. First of all, the transfer of proton, which involves 2 electrons, then the migration of this bond to here, so that is 4 electrons. Then you have this, so 6 electrons are incorporated here, and out of these 6 electrons, 4 are pi electrons and other 2 is sigma electrons. So in the case of Diels-Alder, you don't have a sigma electron migration, so you can find the difference, and so you can say that the activation energy for this reaction will be greater than the Diels-Alder, because in the case of Diels-Alder reaction, you have only pi electrons involved in it, which does not have any high activation barrier to cross over. But in the case of sigma electrons, it have a higher activation energy required for the reaction, and that is why this reaction takes place only at high temperature, And now look at the examples. Here, when you are doing an in reaction, first of all, what you need to do is that look for the allylic carbon and look for allylic hydrogen as well, or any other group or metal in fact. And this is your allylic carbon with the hydrogen here. So this allylic hydrogen starts migrating to this enophile. This is the enophile part. So this hydrogen will be migrating to this one, and then rupture of this bond, and the this carbon will be attached to this CH2 group, and then migration of this pi bond. And looking at this, it's just similar. And this is your comparison. Here this is your general Diels-Alder reaction, where you can find that 2 sigma bonds are formed in both cases, but what is happening here, sigma electrons are involved. Here there is no sigma electrons involved in Diels-Alder reaction. And looking at the difference in the temperature, Diels-Alder will take place at 25, whereas in reaction take place at 200 degrees. That means very high temperature is required. That is only because you have incorporated a sigma bond. Migration of a sigma bond is happening here. So that's why it involves higher temperature. But you can reduce the temperature if you catalyze this reaction. And this reaction is normally catalyzed by Lewis acids, just like aluminium alkyl halides. A Lewis acid can catalyze the reaction. The same reaction will take place, but if you are using a catalyst like C2H5 AlCl2, the same reaction will take place, but look at the condition. When you are doing a general reaction without Lewis acid, you need to have 230 degrees centigrade. But if you are using a Lewis acid, what is happening? 25 degree reaction is going to happen. Reaction is not going to change, but the only difference is that you can reduce the temperature, or you can reduce the conditions. And this is some more reactions. And here the in reaction is using heteroenophile. Here you have an enophile which has a heteroatom, but you need not worry about it. All you need to have is a multiple bond. It need not be a carbon-carbon bond, it can be any other atom. And look at this, what is happening? The allylic proton is migrating to this nitrogen, pi bond is migrating, this pi bond is migrating, this sigma bond is formed between these two, and this proton will be attached to this nitrogen, and that is the product. And another example, these are some examples, that's all. Here you have just an allylic proton here, and it is moved to oxygen, right? Moved to oxygen, and this pi bond is ruptured, and CH2, this carbon will be attached to this CH2, right? So you have a carbon here with a double bond, then CH2, COH, CH3H, and that is what your product. Now you can have another variety, that is intramolecular in reaction. Here we are seeing an intramolecular in reaction. That means you have an enophile and in the same substrate. So look at this compound. This part will act as enophile because it has an allylic hydrogen, and this part will act as an ene, and proton is migrated from this allylic carbon to this CH2. This pi bond is ruptured, and this bond is formed between these two carbon, and then the pi bond is migrated. So you have a 5-membered ring happening here. That is intramolecular in reaction. where ene and enophile will be present in the same molecule. So what do you need to find? Allylic hydrogen migration followed by the rupture of pi bond and the migration of another pi bond. And this is all about our ene reaction. So we can stop this session. I'll come back with yet another topic from organic chemistry. Okay, thank you.